Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Caffeinated Mornings. And here we go. It's another splendid morning waiting for the doctor to switch apps. And my name is Jean-Luc Meisel. And I run Indicron with my friends, the doctor and Pixel Trader. And today we're going to go over a few interesting... what are we going over today, doctor?
We are going over a few articles. We're getting ready to talk about artists and some psychological effects, Ellen, Juicy, bunch of things. We're getting the morning kicker in this morning.
And we're caffeinated as F. Jesse is in the chat, and McGee. Hey, how's everyone going? How's it going? Wow, I can't speak properly because I'm so caffeinated. I have to go out. I can run between the mic and checking my parking meter at the same time. Hail all. Hey, Adam's in the chat. Good morning and good afternoon. Yes, it's a semi-morning. What is it when it's 10 o'clock? That's brunch.
Yeah.
That means time for more coffee and a little bit of lunch.
Yeah, it's a little bit of eggs, some bacon, probably more bacon.
A lot more bacon. Papa's in the chat. Good morning, everyone. Hail caffeine. Thank you. Let's take a moment to praise the Lord God for inventing caffeine. Wow.
Damn right.
Adam says it's 12:15 over there. Wherever there is, which is here. Not here, but his here, which is my there. So, yeah, boy, what a week, huh? God, I'm so, wow. The weekend was super intense. How was your weekend, doctor?
It was pretty busy. You know, we had a lot to do with writing or trying to, and I had a lot of work, personal work that I had to take care of. So it was pretty busy.
Well, we're going to start off today with a little discussion about artists and why do they think, or what do they think about being right and being wrong? Now, here we have a quick little chart, and it shows how you perceive your skill. I go through this a lot. I'm a new artist and I'm struggling with my art, and I'm working to get better and better. Of course, people can DM me and tell me how much I suck, or they can tell me how great I am. But it's my own perception that's really important here. Isn't it, doctor?
Yes.
So how would you could apply this to writing as well? What is this? What are we looking at?
It almost looks like a helicoil, like the DNA of, evolution, mapping out artistic ability.
And the doctor has gone off the deep end again. Yes, I know it looks like that to your doctoring mind, but it's not. This is a type of chart that basically graphs out how you perceive your own art. And when you become better at perceiving it, you see a lack of skill. Artists call this breaking the eye. Have you broken your eye, doctor?
Many times, and I'm going to break it many more. Got a long way to go.
So in your case, would it be breaking the mind? What would it be for a writer?
That's what it would be, breaking the mind. I mean,
breaking
seeing
the mind.
What you don't see.
That sounds a little bit dangerous.
Got to do it.
You got to do it. You ain't got no choice. So scroll up. I want to read that top part in the pink. Scroll. Your perceived lack of skill. When you can evaluate your art better than you can draw. Ooh. So your art low. Wow, I suck, AKA art blocks. So you get blocked when you realize your art sucks or your writing sucks. Right, doctor? How do you feel when you read something that you've written and you say to yourself, this sucks?
I always think I've got more to go. I mean, at first I'm like, oh, that's okay. And then I take 5 minutes away from it. I come back and I go, okay, this is crap.
Yeah, what happens when you send me a synopsis and I come back to you and I go, doctor, this sucks?
I go, whew, all right. Let's fix it.
No, first you say, I hate you, Jean-Luc.
I don't think I've ever said that.
No? Okay, well, you say it to yourself, though, don't you? Inside the deep recesses of your mind. I hate this guy. We're looking at your windows. Fantastic. Another brilliant motion brought to us by the doctor. He must have fallen on his keyboard. This is what happens when you run Windows, ladies and gentlemen. Never get caught with a Windows machine. And so if you want to become a better writer or a better artist, you have to constantly be improving by breaking your eye. Let's move on to some other news today. We're highly caffeinated and we need to move on. Doctor, quickly, hit a tab. Who goes faster, you or me? Work is terrible. Okay, yeah, the Dunning-Kruger effect. Who knows this effect? Doctor, do you know about this?
I've heard about it before, yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's all you've got to say. You've heard about it before. That's fantastic.
Well, it's basically when people think they're better than they are.
Why do people think they're better than they are? I mean, I get that all the time. Why? Doctor.
Because of the chart, it's just very similar to the chart we just went through. They just have a perceived, they believe that what they're doing is great work and everything's fantastic, and they don't actually dive into it and realize, break their eye and break their mind and realize that what they're doing is mediocre and rudimentary.
Well, the reality is that the reason they think that they're so fantastic is because they're actually not good at it. If they improved their abilities at it, they would be able to perceive they lack skill. So the better you are at something, the more honest, the more truthful, and the more easily you can see that you're probably rather mediocre. Right, Doctor? Papa in the chat says, good old-fashioned narcissism. Well, a lot of people accuse the doctor of that, don't they, Doctor?
Absolutely.
How many times do I say doctor during this conversation?
Quite a few. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. We'll keep a chart, and one day we'll have a drinking game on it.
Every time I say the word doctor, you take a shot of tequila. Wow. We'd be drunk as F in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we would.
So let's get on to the news. What's the news today, Doctor? I went on Twitter today and I saw this amazing photograph of Roe. What the hell was that all about? Oh my God, there's Roe. I don't know what he's doing. Jesse says, hail that French guy. Yeah, Jesse, thank you. Je suis un homme français. You can say that in several different enunciations or accents, actually. But here we have Roe. Wow. He certainly got his arms full this time. What is he doing?
He's not doing the Keanu, where you hold your hands out.
Yeah. Is this an advertisement for Mountain Warehouse?
I have no idea what this is.
He's got redheads, Jesse says. Lots of redheads. This is a mall somewhere.
He looks like he's about to fall asleep.
No. He's just extremely high. No, he's fine. He's fine. But most people don't realize that Roe is about 7 feet tall. He's a very big guy. These women are either wearing very, very large heels or they're exceptionally tall. So the woman on Roe's right, I don't recognize this green-haired beauty. Do you, Doctor?
No.
But scroll down, Doctor. I recall that, sadly, we should all know. Yes, Doctor, when I ask you to scroll, it means, yeah, I know. It means to scroll. Look, there's Pan. What's happened to Pan? I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but Pan is gone. Will he be back? It's hard to say, isn't it? Chief of Comics is in the chat. Hey. Hey, Chief of Comics. Welcome to Caffeinated Mornings. The mornings that I drink so much joy juice, the people next door come by and ask me to stop because I've siphoned all of theirs as well. It's terrible. So I'm not certain what's happened to Pan, but as Pan left, this new person appeared. I know Twitter is very quiet without Pan. Bobby Kubar. Is this Roe's brother? Doctor, do you have any information on this?
I don't. Do you? You have, vast connections into a war campaign.
Me?
And Roe.
I deny everything.
Okay.
I deny all these words. But Bobby Kubar says, Bollywood Neo looking sharp. My guy, he has all the women's. Wow. Something's going on there. But let's all pay careful attention to Twitter, and hopefully Ro and Pan will return with new news. And on to the news. What's next in our queue, Doctor? Elvis. Now, they had a show last night on television, didn't they? And it was these individuals of whom I have never heard trying to sing an Elvis song. Wow. How well did that work out?
It was horrible. None
There's
of them
only
really
one
had the
Elvis.
tone or timbre that Elvis had.
That's because there's only one Elvis, Doctor. Not two.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So without the real Elvis, unfortunately, he's been gone a long time. I have a theory that Elvis was an alien.
Hello, Riot Kitty.
Hey, Riot Kitty, in the chat. Morning. How's it going? Was Elvis an alien, Doctor? What do you think?
I mean, he was certainly outside of his time. And, hasn't been anyone like him since then. So, I mean, could be. Maybe we'll see him in Abductables, right?
Abductables. Hopefully. They should put Elvis in Abductables. A comic by
hilarious.
Michael and Canales. That would be really funny.
Have one of the aliens, and be Elvis. Would you just give him the hair?
We'll have to pass that on to Michael. I'm drinking coffee as we speak. Dead air for caffeine. It's worth it. Of course, the doctor should have.
Glug.
Yeah, that's all you need to do, Doctor. I'm still training the doctor. If anyone has any ideas on how to train the doctor faster, please tell me. I'm running out of patience. I'm about to take a glug now, Doctor.
Glug.
Thank you. That was very enthusiastic. What's next on our morning caffeinated? Oh my God, whoa. This story is driving me insane. There's no end to this story, is there? Was it Jesse Jussi? I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah, I mean, he's an entertainer and a singer for, I think it's Empire, the show Empire.
Right, he's on Empire, and he was doing a pretty good job until recently something supposedly happened.
Yeah, he supposedly got jumped by two MAGA-wearing white supremacists with pipes and rope.
Pipes and rope. That's bizarre. Do you have any other photos, Doctor, or are we just going to stare at this one for the entire evening?
I figured we'd just stare at him crying. I mean, obviously,
no more. Oh my God. Doctor, how dare you? Next one, quickly. When I say next one quickly, that would mean the next tab quickly, not the next house.
I've already done it. It takes like a few seconds.
Oh my God. Are you serious? I'm trying to click it with my own. Yeah, okay. It's still nothing. That's fantastic. Let's see. On the chat, McGee and Caffey. Oh boy, having coffee in bed, working on drawings. Is this a new talk show? Yes, but there's no adjacency.
There is no adjacent. We have destroyed adjacent.
I am the man that killed adjacent. Am I not, Doctor?
You are.
Your screen is not updating, so I'm taking you off. There you go. Nothing works in the computer world when you're using Windows, because Windows blows. It really does. So I'm gonna actually force a doctor to buy a new computer. Can you believe that, Doctor? What do you think of that?
Well, I mean, I was gonna buy one this year anyway, but
oh, good. He's going Mac now.
I'm not. No.
Well, we need things to work, Doctor. So you need to get an actual computer that works.
Yeah, that means no Mac.
Well, my Mac works fantastic.
Apple appropriated.
So you claim. Here we go. Brothers arrested in Jussie Smollett's attack case. They were released. If they were guilty, why were they released, Doctor? It's so strange.
That is an interesting case. It sounds like he basically hired some people that he actually worked with. They actually found them through his own phone, which he, by the way, did not give the police all the phone records they requested. They had to go around him to get them.
Well, that's strange. Why did he do that?
Why did he do that?
Yes.
Because it was going to incriminate him.
Well, you see, Doctor, you're my, what would you call that? Co-star, sidekick? I'm Johnny Carson and you're Ed McMahon. I'm Batman, you're Robin. So when I ask you a question, you give me an answer. You don't ask me the same question.
Well, I couldn't hear you, so I was confirming what you asked.
Okay, is my mic not working now?
It didn't for a moment, yeah.
Oh my God, now the doctor is claiming that my mic doesn't work. Doctor, have you noticed that you have a new tendency of pretending or claiming that everything I have doesn't work?
No.
Okay, we have Mr. Yonifu in the chat. Whoa, I recognize your icon, mister. It's the little baby. And cat fight. She's on her second cup of coffee. Man, caffeine is an incredible elixir of madness. Once I have too much, something happens to the way I speak. I mean, it becomes increasingly difficult to keep up with my words or have my words keep up with my mind. I don't know what it is. McGee says, I won't let you outdo me. Oh, it's too late, McGee. I'm way ahead of you.
He drinks maca. You're going to have to get going.
Yeah, I drink Rebel Maca. Too bad we can't play a commercial right now. 180 milligrams in each bottle. I've had 3 bottles so far, Doctor. How many milligrams is that?
That would be 540, but I think it's 140, so it'd be 420.
Oh, is it 140? I love it when the doctor's right. This makes me all chilly. Hey, Mr. Yoni Fu. He's saying hi in the chat. Hey, back, mate. How's it going? I hope everything's cool. So, yeah. Wow. Who freaked out about Jussie's situation? I can read that, but I can't see any face. Clue me in, Doctor.
Dun. Miss Ellen Page went on an absolute tirade with Colbert, Steve Colbert, earlier when Jussie was claiming that, this was the MAGA hat wearing white supremacist. She was like, connect the dots, look at what happened. These people came after him, because he was a homosexual, because he was black, because he was this, all these other things.
Well, she's talking about her wife right there. And now she's talking about the vice president. She was saying in this video that the vice president refuses to allow them to marry. But they did get married. How did both those things exist at the same time? Let's see how
much
much compute. Does not compute. Okay, well, she did get married. She's happily married. She said she's enthusiastically, very enthusiastically married. And yeah, hey, I'm really happy for her. I'm happy she's married. I wish I was married and really happy. I don't know what this has to do with the president of the United States or the vice president, but hey, whatever. And she jumped in on this, getting really, almost teary-eyed, almost crying about this so-called attack on Jussie. I mean, she should have waited a little bit for CNN to come out with what they were saying, right? Because CNN was, I think it was yesterday, CNN was saying, that he had paid 2 Nigerians to attack him. Now, was this verified? It's so difficult when CNN comes out with information, especially information that's against the liberal front of SJWs. It makes me wonder what's real, what's not real.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not really sure.
She's not the only one. There's a lot of, like, there was a video, like a collage kind of thing where they had like about 30 different actors and different kind of famous people that would come on, and they talked about this man, just Jussie, got attacked for this and blah blah blah. And there's no apologies. Nobody's saying, oh, oops, because for demonizing like 50% of the United States. Saying,
yeah, I was going to say, what apologies for what? I don't know if they were demonizing half the population. I mean, she was saying that it wasn't taken in the right light, that this was a really horrific thing. But the reality is the horrific act here is potentially the fact that Jussie paid people to attack him so that he could virtual signal as hard as possible. I mean,
well, he was going to get removed from the show.
oh, is that the reason?
Yeah, he was going to get removed from the show is the thing. And so the new, you know, the new grapevine is basically that he was going to be removed from the show. So he hit everything and he had this happen. And obviously he was famous enough that people jumped in on it. But now, I mean, because he completely cleared his Twitter account, all of the rest of his social media accounts. He obliterated them. DFE, complete, deletion. Unfortunately,
he nuked them.
too late.
He gave them the cycler nuke.
Yeah, too late. I mean, there's archives. There's, obviously screenshots, screen caps, everything. I mean, he can't hide that. There's no way. So he's.
You think he did this? I mean, it always fascinates me how the liberal side seem to come up with these really intense concoctions of how to victimize themselves because no one's victimizing them. So obviously they need to pay some Nigerians finally, I mean, I have nothing against paying Nigerians for good work, for hard labor. I mean, I believe in money. I'm a capitalist. And hey, you take your job where you can get it. And if these Nigerians found good work, then I'm all for them. But for Jersey to take it upon himself to hire these people and then claim that he was attacked, that kind of turns, him paying them for good labor into a negative, wouldn't you say? And dead air. And the doctor's gone. Okay, I guess he's left the room, unfortunately. So it's just me. Yeah. It seems really strange that the situation is constantly far extreme liberals pushing agendas, and if they can't get their agenda met, they will create a situation or pay someone to injure them so they can be victimized and then cry on television. I mean, literally tears and tears and tears. I am amazed by this. And then immediately, the Hollywood liberal machine will back them up. Vroom, vroom. Nothing holds these people back. It's pretty amazing. And I don't think there's any stopping in sight. It seems as if they think this is a working system of politics. Interesting. And Catfee says, outsourcing racism. Wow, that's true. At least they're putting liberals to work. Although I'm not certain if Nigerians are liberals. I don't think it really matters. At least they're putting someone to work. Oh, Vailnid's in the chat. Hail Vailnid. Hail Caesar, hail Raven. Yeah, I mean, it's turning out to be a great show. We lost the doctor, unfortunately, about 5 minutes ago. I think it's possible that he may have paid some Nigerians to attack him while he was on the show with me. I can't say. Whether or not he's coming back, that's hard to say as well. This may be the end to the dynamic duo of CJ. I and the doctor must part our ways once again. So a really interesting day yesterday, and we did see some Ethan pages, and unfortunately, Cafe says he's self-medicating. Yeah, I think he definitely is. So who saw the pages from Ethan? I think it was yesterday. He put up 4 pages and he said, spoiler alert. There's going to be a spoiler alert. And he posted some pages of ex-President Clinton. Oh, I think that's from the 80s. I'm not really certain. And wow, those were some amazing pages. If the doctor were here, he would bring them up right now for all of us to see. Unfortunately, he's gone again. And I'm talking to myself or the people in the chat. So I love those pages. I wish Ethan would stop in right now. Ethan, did I send you a URL? We're all waiting for hopefully Ethan Van Sciver to come into the chat. We'll see. Yeah, you've got to go look, Cat Fight. It's Cat Fight. Can't get all these things. Oh, Velnid says she saw the tweet. Yeah, it was a fantastic tweet. He put up 4 pages, and they were just astounding pages, really beautiful pages. Salamandroid, Cyberfrog, obviously, President Clinton, ex-President Clinton. Yeah, they're finally out of the White House. And a green car. I've never seen a green car get so smashed up as I have in Ethan Van Sciver's pages of Cyberfrog. Just incredible. Papa says, doctor is glitching on caffeine, walking between dimensions. It's glorious. Yeah, it is glorious. The doctor has become truly an asset. Now, I'm going to glub here for a moment. The doctor just DM'd me. He claims his internet died. Oh my God. That's really funny. He's become so indispensable. If bringing error and horror to my life were indispensable, that would be the doctor's job. Back to the Ethan Van Sciver pages. I mean, really beautiful pages. Unfortunately, I can't bring them up right now since the doctor dropped out. But as I was saying, a green car. Has anyone seen this? I've seen these Salamandroid pages so many times with this green car just being smashed to bits. And it makes me either terrified of green cars or I want to make certain I never buy one. It's really, it's really hilarious the way he goes to town on it. I hope that we get to see the finished book soon. I think he's going to be putting it out this month. I haven't really heard anything. And if the doctor was here, he might say something. Wait a minute, look, a picture of a dog. There's an arm and a dog. The doctor is back, ladies and gentlemen, with an arm and a dog.
And a dog?
I thought your internet died, doctor.
Yeah, I'm trying to use the phone, but it's not working very well.
It's quite amusing. Pointed at something without doxing yourself. The doctor is so desperate to come back in the chat. He's very loyal that he almost doxed his arm. Catfight says Salamandroid's armor is so cool. His gauntlets. Yeah, he has really amazing gauntlets. I mean, it's great armor, really cool armor. So I'm really looking forward to the Ethan pages. That's what we were talking about, Doctor. Ethan Van Sciver's new pages.
Oh yeah, I did take a look at them. They looked really good. There was like a subtle homage, it seemed like, to a Superman cover with the green car and the way that it was held and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, I was talking about a green car, and then suddenly I saw your arm. Doctor, you have a black screen. Do you not have an icon?
Black screen. Well, the phone's not letting me do anything with it right now.
Because so it's mobile?
Yeah. So I have to fix that in a minute or after.
Let's see. Riot Kitty says, praise the Lord. I don't have to do any public speaking today. What's the haps? Well, there's no haps really going on other than the doctor tripping over himself trying to stay in the chat in one piece. But he's using cellular now. Are you using cellular, Doctor?
Yeah, this is connected through a cellular at the moment.
Papa in the chat says, I've been looking away from Ethan's pages. Looking away? It's like seeing
Doesn't want to be surprised.
Oh, it's like seeing a trailer to a movie you're really anticipating. You don't want to spoil anything. Yeah. Bye, Riot Kitty. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Well, this is kind of a strange phenomena today. It seems like everything is going wrong. What's next, Doctor?
I don't know. I mean, something's going to go, like there's going to be a meteor crash through and destroy half of California.
What app are you on? On your computer? I'm
using Hangouts.
And Hangout, you don't have an icon for Hangouts.
I should, but it's not like I disconnected or disabled the phone and not the phone, the camera, and it's just black for some reason. It should go to my icon that's on there, but it's not. So I'll have to finagle with that later. Sorry, everybody. Technical difficulties.
I have to laugh because it's just getting worse and worse for us, isn't it, Doctor? This is when you speak.
It seems to be. See, my internet just died again. It came on for a second and it died again.
Okay, but we can hear you, so it's not dead. Wait, are you telling me we're listening to you from
cellular?
The okay.
Yes.
The cellular.
From beyond the grave.
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to survive this. So we were going to bring up some Star Trek photos, but we don't have that availability right now. But I'm going to do very quick. I managed to get to the second episode of Star Trek Discovery. Doctor, what about you?
Oh,
That would be a
that
no.
is the most horrible show.
How many episodes have you seen?
I can't even. I started watching one, and you and I watched a couple of those. I don't know the quickies. The 15-minute primers,
Doctor,
and
I have
they're
no idea
horrible.
what you're talking about. What's a 15-minute primer?
Remember the one we saw where it was the strange alien girl, but she was also a STEM brilliant princess.
Okay, but Doctor, that was like some sort of weird scene from like episode 22 or something. I have no idea. I'm asking you, how many episodes have you seen of Star Trek Discovery?
I've only seen the one.
Okay. Build in the chat says the best part this season is Pike. Yeah, Captain Pike is great. I really like him. I have to say, I'm really enjoying him, even though it's a little soy. It is a little soy. Tarsik says, please don't torture us with STD. That's a terrible thing to say. I refuse to call it that, even though I really don't enjoy it. There won't be much torture, Tarsik. Just a few choice words on it. So I saw episode 1. I think the Doctor and you saw that. And what was your take on that, Doctor?
They're trying to be so feminist, and they're trying to be so woke, and I mean they tried with Pike to bring in a little bit of masculine nature into the story, but the whole thing just falls apart and it's completely garbage to me.
Does Captain Pike seem a little bit feminized to you? Does he seem quite like a little too gentle to be? I mean, if I was in space, right, on this giant ship and I was the captain, I'd be a little bit more like Captain Kirk as opposed to kissing everyone's behind every time I put out a command.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's definitely feminized, definitely like effeminate. I mean, they basically emasculated the poor guy.
It just seems like it. And they have a red hair star. Doctor, are you using the keyboard while I'm speaking? That's brilliant. Are you seriously? Yeah? Is that what you're doing? The Doctor is doing this to me on purpose. Your plan, Doctor, to step aside from Star Trek for a moment. Your plan, Doctor, is to literally drive me insane. Is that it? Has Pixel put you up to this?
How did you ever find out?
I think Pixel is behind this. And if Pixel has the link, he should come in. I want to confront you, Pixel, with what you're making the Doctor do to me. And if you have this link, Pixel, I dare you, I defy you to come into this chat and to claim that what I'm saying is not true. That both of you have been conniving behind my back. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're just too clever for us, man.
I knew it. I knew it from the start. There's no way that suddenly the Doctor would go from being completely proficient in all things to completely out of his mind. Doctor, don't use the keyboard when we're on live. Mr. Yona fully says, could it be JDA? Doctor,
no,
are you in cahoots with
I'm much
JDA?
too smart and good looking to be with JDA.
Okay, well, I'm beginning to have my doubts. Okay, so I did watch last night's episode of episode 2 of Star Trek Discovery. Catfight says, don't put his head in a jar and force him to do live streams, Doctor. Oh, that doesn't sound good. That sounds really bad. I noticed that Pixel's not coming into the chat to dispute my claims of mutiny. Mutiny, no, Doctor.
He's twisting his mustache and, saying, curses, foiled again.
Yeah, I think both of you are conniving mutiny. That's what I think is going on here. So yeah, I saw the second episode yesterday. It was insane. It was ridiculous. They had this very large girl running a marathon on the Starship Discovery, and she beat everyone because, you know, when you're overweight by like 100 pounds, you win every race, of course, right? Yeah, because she's fantastic and wonderful. I think every episode they tell the extra large red-haired girl that she's wonderful and beautiful and amazing 3 or 4 times each episode.
Well, yeah, she's supposed to be the future captain, is what they've said.
Yeah, she's the future captain. It's incredible. She's more aggressive than Captain Pike. She's more adventurous than Captain Pike. And she's also insane. At the end of episode 2, she's seeing ghosts of her schoolmates on the starship, millions and billions of miles away from Earth. There's a ghost. I can't wait for episode 3. I mean, wow, that's going to be amazing. Well, Doctor, have we covered all the nonsense for today before something terrible happens to us?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the meteor to strike me down.
If something does strike you down, Doctor, it won't be a meteor. I can tell you that.
Bring it, baby.
Don't tease me, Doctor. Don't tease me.
You want to go in the ring? We can go, baby. I'm fine with it.
Whoa, you know I'm good in the ring. You know I'm good in the ring.
I'm not bad either.
Okay. So the Doctor and I will meet all of you in the ring. Or hopefully you'll be on the outside of the ring, and the Doctor and I will be on the center, in the center. I think, the last thing I wanted to go over was a recap of our last show, in case anyone else didn't have the opportunity to see that. Doctor, I think you were there.
I was there.
And what do you recall?
I recall that we talked to the Bloody Baron himself and the founder of Cautionary Comics, Ben Henderson. And we had a great conversation about how Mike Baron is coming out with the new Nexus book with Dark Horse in just a couple of months here. And that they are also releasing 2 books into Indiegogo at one time on the same project. But they are 2 different books. And that's going to be The Wraith and Offworlder.
And they're both Wraith. Is it the Wrath?
It's the Wraith, like a ghost or
it's
a revenant.
Not Wrath. It's not Wrath.
No, you and I talked about it, and we wanted it to be Wrath, and we think Wrath is better, but they call it the Wraith.
Okay, it's the Wraith. You see, I was very confused about those 2 books coming out simultaneously because of the fact that they're literally not simultaneous.
Yeah, they're not contiguous or together. It doesn't seem like, or sequential in any way. They're just different parts of the same universe. And, but that's how they want to do it. Big Ben has got his plans for Cautionary and for Dixon and everybody. He says that the rest of them have a lot of books coming too. So, it's going to be a major deal.
So are they going to come out simultaneously now? Because if they were to be simultaneous, they should both be on Indicron.
My understanding is that, yes, they are going to come out at the same time. He said that he would have images and information to be uploaded to Indicron either at the end of this week or next week.
Well, I thought that was really interesting. And the highlight of the entire episode, everyone can go onto YouTube and please subscribe and like. And I hate saying all these things, but I have to say them anyway because I'm in a race to the death against my adversary on YouTube, and I'm very far behind. So like, sub, and what's the other one?
Hit the bell for notification, baby.
That's right. Strike the ding ding. The Doctor and I will be going at it head to head, toe to toe. The Doctor's spanking himself in order to prepare. I'm sure to win. So the highlight of yesterday's show, Johnny says, "Run, Jean-Luc, run." I'm not big on running. I think the Doctor knows that.
Neither am I.
I'm more of a head butter. Once you get up close, your head bottom quickly, and then the match is over. Of course, they call you names and they call you a cheater, but it doesn't matter to me as long as I win. So the thing about yesterday was we got to see a very important front cover, didn't we, Doctor?
Oh yeah, the new Nexus cover. It was beautiful too.
The new Nexus by Steve Rude. Wow, I can't believe it. I didn't even know Steve Rude was still drawing. I've always really loved his. I go and find those back issues with Steve Rude and Nexus. Really an amazing artist, amazing writer, amazing stories, great comics from the past. Back issues, baby, back issues.
Yeah, I would say anybody that's into the whole cosmic Marvel universe with like Firelord, Silver Surfer, Galactus, the Watchers, Uatu, all those kind of things that you check this out because that's what they're building. They're building the cosmic portion of the cautionary comic universe.
And but Nexus is going to be under Dark Horse Comics.
Yeah.
So I was ranting about Nexus there, Doctor. Nexus, Steve Rude and Nexus. Stay on topic, Doctor. Steve Rude.
Hey, Hey, man, you got to stay with me. I was pitching both. Come on.
No. One at a time, Doctor. You don't be.
He's doing two at a time.
No. That's the other thing. That's the cautionary comics. My God, the cautionary comics is 2 at a time, or even 4 at a time. Even though they're not at the same time on Indicron, but they might be at the same time when they get to Indiegogo. But we don't know. But that's what he said, and we didn't know that before, but we know that now. At least I think I know that now.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you know that?
I know what he said. I don't know what's going to happen, obviously. If it would be a profit and I'd buy a lottery ticket, and then we just go to Monte Carlo and have fun.
Well, there you go. After the ring match. Mr. Yono Fu says, I used to read Nexus 30 years ago. Wow, was it that long? 30 years ago? I don't even. Well, I read the back issues. You got to go into the back issue boxes. You got to get to the back of the comic book store. That's where the comics are. There are no comics in the front of the store. They're in these weird little boxes all the way in the back. That's where you've got to go. You've got to rifle through them and just look for the good covers. That's how I found Nexus. It was like a 25 cents for a Nexus book. And I pulled it out of the box and I'm like, what the F is this? What is this? And it looked like some guy was trying to copy a little bit of Jack Kirby, a little bit of Bern Hogarth. It's just an amazing style. And I didn't know what it was. But it was great, and I was so happy when I found it. I also found Howard Chaykin's famous comic book, and I can't remember the name now, American Flag. Have you ever seen that, Doctor? American Flag?
I've seen it. I haven't read it.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's really great. It's Howard Chaykin at his best, really at his best. Johnny Five says, by Doctor, I assume you're referring to Tim Doyle, or am I missing something? Doctor, who were you referring to? Okay.
Well, I think he's talking about who you're referring to me, and I think Tim Doyle is sounds like one of the
Tim Doyle's the SJW Nightmare Man. Yeah,
that's what I thought. He's one of our antagonists.
Yeah, he's one of our antagonists. Yeah, I wasn't really referring to him, but yeah, I need to beat all of them as well. I need to beat everyone. I
would be more than happy to injure Tim Doyle.
Would you? Okay. We don't advocate violence here, Doctor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You do realize that. So by injure, you meant buy him a bad smelling ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, get him a really like an IPA beer that's horrible.
Ooh, that is bad. That is injurious. I hate that sort of beer. Yeah. Papa in the chat says, I'm the comic that's launching the other comic that may not be the other comic at the same time. Nexus. Nexus said that. Okay. It's one of those days, man, that it's really getting intensely difficult. Cosmetti says, that's Tim Lim, not Tim Doyle. Oh, no, wait, no. I know who Tim Lim is, and I know who Doyle is.
Yeah, Lim is not Doyle.
Tim Lim is a doctor, sort of.
Oh, yeah, he is a doctor.
Yeah, I think he's is he a dentist?
I think he actually is a PhD. He just left it to do comics for some reason.
Or it left him, sort of. Okay, so to get this cautionary tale right, get it? Cautionary tale, get it?
I get it.
Cautionary comics being a tale.
Clever. I see what you did there.
You see what I did there? Yeah, I do that a lot. No one ever notices. It's called double entendres. Okay, so to get this right, there's 2 to 4 comics that are coming out by Cautionary Comics, and they're coming out at the same time, but they're not coming out at the same time. They're coming out at different times, but at the same time, strangely enough. And hopefully soon they'll be on Indicron. And when they're on Indicron at the same time, then they will move to Indiegogo at the same time. I think that's the story.
Yeah, my understanding was they're going to release them both on the same Indiegogo project, and you're going to be able to buy either one of them or both on different tiers of that same project.
Okay. And did he say when this is happening, or are we supposed to guess on that? Too bad Ben's
He said it was going to be March.
March. Okay.
Yeah, he said it was going to be very, very soon, within March.
Doctor. Yeah, Watermelon on Platypus. That's an amazing name. In the chat says pronounced Doctor. Doctor.
Doctor. Sounds like Klingon.
Is this Russian? I don't know. Johnny says, you're right. I'm all mixed up. Yeah, Johnny, I'm all mixed up as well. But Ben supposedly clarified it for us. So
I'm all mixed up. Oh.
Well, we missed the Elvis show last night. Definitely. So does that clear our list? We helped the artist. We broke our eyes. We went over Bobby Coomba and Ethan's new fantastic comic book pages where the green car gets piled on all the time. It had ex-President Clinton in it as well. And that was very interesting. We went over the chubby, chunky girl in Star Trek. That was a lot of fun.
Josie Mollet and Ellen Page.
That's right. Josie Mollet and Ellen Page. I hope Ellen's all right. She seemed very upset.
She did.
She's going to be even more upset when she realizes that the Nigerians are out of work now. That's maybe she'll give them a job.
They're going to go, probably just going to go rob a white farmer down there.
A white farmer? Doctor, that was racist.
No, that's what's happening.
It was still racist, Doctor.
Okay.
You must not be racist. Let's see here. And so, Doctor, did you want to plug your book before we leave? The Doctor has a comic book coming out to which he claims I never plug.
Well, he plugs it all the time. I just never hear it. But that's my fault, not his.
That's right. Thank you. The Doctor finally wakes up. But here we are, Doctor. We're going to plug your book. And if you weren't on your mobile where you're not supposed to be, and you're on your bloody computer, you'd be able to jump on this, wouldn't you? Vilnid says in the chat, yeah, I know you would. Offworlder looks to be nice. Yeah, Offworlder looks to be pretty good. And of course, there is the book that's at the same time, but not there, which is called Wasted.
The Wraith.
I like Wasted. Wasted. I like Wasted better. What do you think?
You can talk to him. It's not our book.
is Steve Rude writing that book as well? Not Steve Rude. No, wait. Mike Barrett.
No, that one's written by Ben.
Oh, okay. It's just so confusing. So bizarre. So, Doctor, it's plugging the books time. Because I'm so hyped up on caffeine. Hold on. I'm going to take a sip of my 4th Rebel drink. We were supposed to cut this short, Doctor. I don't know what time we started streaming.
This has been about an hour at least. It's definitely not.
Doctor, you do realize that every time you hesitate and you leave dead air, that's another instance in which I have to go in and edit it out.
Okay.
You do know this, right?
I don't think that. I mean, I'm only hesitating for like maybe 3 to 5 seconds.
You don't get 3 to 5 seconds. Do you hear me going 3 to 5 seconds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if I had 3 to 5 seconds, I would stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in between those 1 to 3, 5 seconds. There you go.
Okay.
Do it, Doctor.
That's it.
Do it now. Okay, deader. Maybe a way for people to save on shipping. That's why Mike did 3 books on his latest. Oh, yeah, it could be a way to save on shipping. Maybe that's why he's doing it.
It could be. I mean, there are some fulfillment companies that have, like, if you send more to the same address or whatever, that it's different, that it's a different pricing. But it depends on who he's going through and what he is doing. I mean, there's a lot of different fulfillment companies out there, and they all have their different regulations.
Doctor, you're
We're
making
looking into that
strange
ourselves.
sounds. You wouldn't happen to be in the loo, would you?
What?
You
No.
okay. Johnny in the chat says a doctor never cuts short. He cuts a lot more. I've no idea what that means. I can't understand the chat today. I can't understand anything today. Is it the caffeine, doctor? I was about to have another one.
You might want to cut it out, man. You're gonna start tingling all over, and not the good kind.
The doctor seems to have an ability to be very much the miscreant when time is a pressure. His real character cuts through. All right, doctor. We're moving on now to the comic plug.
All right. Well, I have a book coming out. It's called Night Dog, about a young man named Evan Milad who's cursed to share his body with the Night Dog, a gruesome dream-eating beast. He wants to use its powers to break a curse
Wait,
over him.
doctor, slow down. You're amazing. When you're supposed to go fast, you're slow, and when you're supposed to slow down, you're way too fast. Now let's do like a reading, like you're reading something cool, because no one can hear you. Pete Max in the chat, mate. Hey, hail Jean-Luc, he says. Hail Pete Mac. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Veiled says, I love the word miscreant. Yeah. Well, Spidey got called that a lot? I didn't know that. No, the doctor has cornered the term miscreant. I am now going to be calling him Dr. Miscreant. Okay, doctor, go.
Evan Milad is cursed to share his body with the Night Dog, a gruesome dream-eating beast. He wants to use its powers to break the curse over his mother and himself, but it's addicting him to its abilities like a drug. He's losing. It is the Night Dog.
Okay, well, you need to change the way that's phrased, doctor, but go on.
He's losing more of himself with every use, and soon there will be no more of Evan left, and only the Night Dog will remain.
Well, it sounds kind of good. That sounds kind of scary. I wonder what the chat thinks about that. If everyone loved the doctor's, what is that? Your elevator pitch, doctor? If everyone loved the doctor's elevator pitch, press 1. If you hated it and it sucked, press S for suck. Let's see if the chat comes up with a no. They're there, but they don't hear me. Watermelon Platypus said 1. You got 1 like there, doctor. Ooh, Papa says 1 as well. Johnny 5 says sock. Mr. Yonafil says 2. There was no choice for 2. Fedorable's in the chat. Hey, mate. Fedorable the Horrible. Good mate of mine. He said 1S. It was good and it sucked at the same time, doctor. What are you trying to do? Okay, so aside from your elevator pitch, tell me something that's going to make me want to buy this book. Is this a cool book?
This is going to be an amazing book. It's got a great cover. It's illustrated by you.
Oh, and, Jesus Christ, that is a great cover.
Going to be done by getting it colored by a professional, Kyle Litter,
as opposed to an unprofessional.
Going to, as opposed to somebody just flatting it out and making it boring.
Okay, so let me see if I got this straight. I'm going to try to work this out now. You have an individual in your comic, right? Well, how old is he?
He is 18 years old.
He's 18 years old. He comes of age and something terrible happens, right? Something horrible happens to him. What is it, doctor? Horrible. Something horrible. Tell me something horrible, for God's sakes.
On his 18th birthday, the curse comes to fruition. And while he is trying to just have his regular birthday with his friends and family, he kills his local priest.
Kills a priest?
He devours his dreams through the man's blood, leaves him with cold, dead, wide eyes and white skin, pallid, gray, ugly white skin.
That sounded racist, Doctor. Is this a racist
Well,
book?
no, not unless the night dog is racist.
What color is the night dog?
All different kinds of colors. The night dog is a nightmare turned inside out.
Okay, so it's a very diverse book then.
Mm-hmm.
It's
very esoteric.
diversity incarnate.
There's emotional complexity, but also simplicity. It's a monster.
Okay, so what would be the genre of this book? What would you call this? It's a mixed genre?
This is dark fantasy and horror.
Dark fantasy? I thought it was urban fantasy.
Well, there's urban and then there's dark. I mean, they're kind of the same thing, but I mean, they happen in the city, but dark is more when it's like closer to horror. Is usually they call it dark fantasy.
Johnny Five says, needs more diversity, damn it. Get some effing diversity in there, Doctor. Terry says, hey, hail Terry.
Okay.
Terry says, can we up the gayness? I missed a war campaign last night. Doctor, could you be a little more gay?
I can try.
Okay. Wow. That was really good. I feel kind of queasy now. Doctor, don't do that. We're way too high tea for you to do that. Johnny Five says, Jean-Luc, ask them if there are any transsexuals. Did Johnny Five just guess the title of your next book?
He may have. I don't know. I have another book that's coming out called Trans. That is about a clan of witches.
Are you joking?
Witches.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Doctor?
No.
You've got a book come out. What? Yeah. You've got a
Trans.
book. Trans. Mm-hmm. As in Transylvania.
As in transformation or transition.
Transsexual.
Yeah, that too.
What? So it's about transsexuals. You're doing a book on transsexuals? The Doctor's gone.
It is a hot potato topic.
Oh, he's back. Wait. Every time you realize that 5 seconds in my world is 5 days in yours. No, wait, it's the other way around. You realize 5 seconds in your world is 5 days in mine.
Yeah, it's a book about a coven of witches that
Wait a minute. Hold on. Watermelon Platypus says, Doctor, this is your expert marketing.
Yes.
Johnny says he's a psychic. Terry says, hail Ro. Hail Ro. Is Ro still on Twitter? Because I know Pan is gone. Hail Pan. I hope he's back soon. And hail Robbie Kuba, whoever he is and wherever he's from. God only knows. So, Doctor, let me see if I got this right. You're doing a second book, much like Cautionary Comics, but it's not coming out at the same time. It's coming out afterwards?
Yes, it's going to be coming out after Night Dog.
Okay. And it's called Trans.
Yes.
Okay. Watermelon says, Trans is a sure hit. That's $1 million title. Oh, okay. Terry says, I was gone, but now I'm back. Okay, that's
welcome back, Terry.
Okay, the book is called Trans. And what is it about?
It is about a young woman named Faith who disagrees with something that's going on with her coven.
You're going too fast, Doctor. I can't keep up with you. Use some emotion.
It is about a young woman named Faith.
Ah, okay.
Who disagrees with a major decision by her coven, the priestesses of her coven. They have only had boys in this generation.
Wait a second. Slow down. This is a coven of witches that has only given birth to boys. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, they've mostly had boys, except for Faith herself.
Wait. Faith gave birth? Faith has a child as well?
No, Faith is a girl.
Okay. Oh, except Faith. Okay. I thought the clan had given. Okay. All right. I can't stand you, Doctor. Watermelon says, Faith, trans, witches. This book has everything. I think it does have everything. The question is, how do we get rid of some of it? Okay. So the clan gave birth to nothing but boys for how many decades, how many generations?
It's just this generation, and they don't have the witches, the girls, to carry on their legacy. So they want to turn the boys into girls.
What? What? You want to wait a minute. So you're telling me that it's called trans because the witches' covenant is going to turn the boys into girls?
Yes.
Is this some sort of liberal SJW tactic? What is this?
Well, Faith does not agree with them. So she takes the item that they need and runs away so that they cannot do it. They cannot turn the boys into girls.
The item that they need. So the clan is going to take the boys. How many boys are there? Is there a lot of boys? This is a clan of boys?
There's about 4 boys, but the one that she interrupts is named Jason.
The one she interrupts. Hold on. Mr. Yonafu says, you need Nazis. You get some Nazis in this, and it will be perfect. Get some Nazis. Nazis.
I don't have a Nazi, but I have the Huntsman.
Okay, we're not there yet, are we? Johnny Five says, this is glorious. Terry says, is there an alt-right red-headed trap in this book? Is there?
No.
Damn it. I would have bought it if you had that.
It's a short-haired, blonde, S&M sadistic witch, though.
That sounds like my ex. Okay, so the clan is going to transform a bunch of boys into girls. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Faith doesn't agree with the clan's decision to do this. This is your story?
No, she believes that it should be natural. That like you let nature be, and if this is the end of the clan, then so be it.
Vailnit says, so are the boys for or against this?
The boys don't have a choice.
Good question. They don't have a choice. Why is that?
Because even if they don't want to, they're still going to be drugged, taken to the place where they need to be taken, and the ritual is going to take place because the priestesses want it to happen.
So they're going to force I can't speak, it's too much coffee. They're going to force the boys to do this against their will. They're going to force this onto the boys. Wow, this is a crazy story. Okay, we've got 14 people in the chat. I want to see a vote on this. Should the Doctor put out a trans comic? 1 for yes and N for no effing way. Johnny says, is the world flat? Well, everyone knows the world's flat. How else would you get from A to B? Right? Papa says 1. Whoa. Watermelon Platypus says N for no. No effing way. Another 1, Doctor. Another 1. Johnny skipped the 1 in the end, and he gave us a Y. I don't know.
The item is a silver acorn. It has to do with an oak tree that's basically Yggdrasil.
Okay, now we're in some sort of tree. I'm completely confused. Catfight says yes, 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 and yes. But I had a feeling Pete Mack was going to say no. But Johnny says effing yes. Effing yes. That's a lot of yeses, Doctor, as opposed to, let's see here. 2 no's. 1, 2, 3, 4 und 5. 5 yeses. That would be 5 yeses and 2 no's. Looks like you're going to have to do it, Doctor. Oh my God. Johnny says, first comic is a no. Night Dog is a no. And the second is yes. People seem to like trans, Doctor. Okay,
I like both of them.
Okay. Whew. I almost fell asleep there. Papa says part of the ritual should involve castration. Whoa.
I think there's already quite a bit of stakes in it.
That sounds pretty scary. Well, I don't know.
I mean, it's magical castration because they're literally, being changed.
So how far ahead are you on these books, Doctor? You've got 2 books coming out. They're coming out at the same time. They're going to Indicron at the same time, and they're going to Indiegogo at the same time. Come on, Doctor. Do it all at the same time.
I'm not going to pull a Ben. They're going to come out within somewhere between 2 weeks and a month of each other.
McGee in the chat says, "Hail Roe." Okay, is Roe in here? Is Roe in my chat? I don't think so. Why is McGee saying hail to Roe when Roe's not here? You mean hail Roe campaign? Terry says Roe will need alone time with this book. Yes. Or as Donald keeps saying, "I'll be in my bunk." I can't stand that when he says that. It creeps me out so hard. Yeah. So you're not doing both books at the same time, Doctor?
No, sir.
Okay. And you're going to have some pages to show us next time you're on the computer, if you have a computer?
Yes.
Does a doctor have a computer? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. Doctor,
it's all magic.
Is there anything else? Well, we wanted to push our YouTube channel. Let's see. Velned says, "Throw some romance in there, Doctor." So she is
There is
unsure.
some romance in there.
There is. And what is your romance?
Well, she has there's a boy in town who's not part of the clan that does love her, and that's who she runs off to.
She runs off with a boy from the town?
Yeah.
Doctor,
Sanderson, Florida.
I think you should make this a little more cliched. I don't think that was cliched enough. A boy from town. Pete Mack says, "The row is always with us. Use the row." Okay. There's a boy in town. Okay. I like that. I didn't know there was a boy in town. Which town is this? Are they close to a town?
They're in Sanderson, Florida. And she's grown up there. She's grown up in the woods near the town of Sanderson, Florida. And so she goes there. They have to deal with these people. I mean, there's cliche. Okay. And then there's what is she going to do?
Okay. Mr. Yonafu says, "Is this based on your own true life story?"
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been to Sanderson, Florida.
Okay. Watermelon Platypus says, "How feminine are these trans boys?" Yes, Doctor. How feminine are they?
They're not very feminine at all first because they're just turned into females and they've always been male. So the only thing that they'll know mentally is how to be a man.
Okay.
But they'll have a female body.
Are you trying to say that they're magically transformed into girls?
Yeah, they're transformed through a ritual.
Okay, because you just use the word transform. We don't really know that they're being transformed mystically.
Okay. How else would they be transformed when they're witches and she's using a magic item and taking it away?
Surgery, Doctor, surgery. All kinds of hideous things. Who knows? Catfight says, "I feel Jean-Luc could be more supportive." Doctor, am I not supportive?
This is Jean-Luc being supportive. If he didn't care, he wouldn't say anything. He'd let me bomb.
That's right. I would just let him bomb, let alone drawing his covers. I'm drawing your covers, aren't I, Doctor?
You are. We tried to get someone else to do it. We
God knows we
tried. Understand anything.
We tried endlessly. The Doctor and I tried endlessly to find another artist, and we couldn't find anyone who would finish the job or do it properly. And it falls on me every time. And this is probably one of the reasons why the Doctor puts up with me, isn't it, Doctor?
Well, that, and I mean, we are like brothers.
That's true. We are like brothers. Velned said, "So is faith ultimately saying that magic is unnatural?" Ooh, that's a good question, Doctor.
Faith is saying that magic should be an accentuation to what's already there, but not a transformation of it.
An accentuation.
But the thing that drives faith is that in the midst of the story, she's told that she could have been the first.
Oh, what? Huh? What? Oh, that confused me. Hold on. Papa in the chat says, "I got you for a cover, fellas." What's he mean by that? Translate, Doctor.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well,
I guess he means he'll do a cover for us.
Is that what you're saying? I think that might be what he's saying. Doctor, I didn't quite understand what you just said. It threw me for a loop.
Faith is told by the high priestess of the coven when she is telling her how much she's vehemently against everything. She says, well, what makes you think he's the first?
He's the first. He's the first what?
Is the first transformation, Jason.
Oh, so she's saying that the hero,
she's insinuating that, that Faith was already changed, that she was a boy.
So the dropper is whether or not the protagonist of the story is trans.
Yeah. She begins to doubt herself and she doesn't know. And then the whole question is, does that make a difference?
Oh, this is very liberal. Is this SJW?
No.
Okay, that's a good thing he said that because I drew both covers. Papa says, I'm in the market for cover art. Papa, I think you mean you're in the market for work because the way you're saying it, it kind of sounds like you want to buy cover art. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yeah. But well, I've already done both covers for the Doctor, and unfortunately, they're not here right now. Watermelon Platypus says, Comics Gates needs this comic. It's going to work out great for us, guys. I don't know if she's really being serious. Oh, wait, is Watermelon Platypus a male or a woman? Is this a trans platypus? Or is this... I'm so confused today. I won't suggest your gender, Watermelon, because I don't know it, so I shan't say. But yeah, it could be a great comic. Papa says, sorry, caffeine's got me glitching. Yeah, I know how that feels. I'm high as a kite. Doctor, speak while I glub.
Glug, glug, glug. He's drinking lots of caffeine and coffee.
There you go.
I did that before I got here.
Well, you know what I think we're going to have to do, Doctor? I think we're going to have to cut a snippet out of this and make a whole new video that's just about your comic. What do you think of that? That's what we're going to do. Both your comics. So if you have anything else you want to say about both of your comics, because you're going to have your own video all to yourself, Doctor, and you'll never have to worry again about whether or not I plugged your book, because it's going to be up there forever for prosperity on my channel.
I think I'm going to do a better job.
When? No. We're doing it this time, Doctor. This is it, baby. You're going up there. That's it.
That's fine.
Watermelon says, I've asked this before. Well, I know, but I wasn't on caffeine before, was I? I probably was as well. Yeah. All right. Sorry, Watermelon. I apologize. It's so many people. Okay. So, Doctor, was there anything you wanted to add to this story? Because it's fascinating. It's confusing. It's scary. It's exciting. And Velnet says, what was the other comic besides trans? Velnet, do you want to in the room? Okay. So give me the quick overlook of both books, Doctor.
The other book was Night Dog, and Night Dog is about Evan Milad, and that he's cursed, and he is cursed in a way that
you said
connects
curse
him to
twice,
his...
Doctor. You said curses twice, Doctor, and I want the voice. Give me the voice.
Evan
Mr. says,
Milad.
wait. Mr. says, will the trans participate as women in the Olympics? Of course they will. Okay, Doctor, go for it. I'm ready.
Evan Milad is 18 years old, and he's cursed to walk as the Night Dog, a dream-eating beast that comes from a parallel dimension. His family, the sons of his family, are gateways into a parallel dimension. When they turn 18, they release this creature into the world that's an inside-out nightmare. His uncle comes because he's already lived through this entire situation and scars him through a horrible ritual that scar with scars,
Okay,
tattoos,
doctor,
and blood, basically.
I'm going to save your life here. I'm going to stop you. That was the worst elevator. Doctor, you need to work on your elevator pitch. Okay, let's ask the chat. Who wants to vote? 1, that was an amazing elevator pitch, doctor. Press 1 for amazing. S for sock. Sock. S. Doctor, how do you think you did?
Well, I know I bombed. I wasn't prepared for it. I've been working all day.
Doctor, how long have we been preparing these? A month?
I don't
6
know.
months? 4 years? I've lost count how long we've been preparing.
Okay, give me your pitch right now. Do it.
I knew
Do
you
it.
were going
Give
to
me your
say
pitch.
that. I knew you were going to say
Do
that.
it. Do it. Hey,
Fortunately,
what's good for the goose, baby? Do it.
I run the show and you don't. But
Oh,
what I will do
so
is
you.
I will read yours. That's what I will do. Here we go. The chat says half 1, half S. Christopher's in the chat. Hey, Christopher, how are you? Boy, this is yeah. Calf fight is right. You did start out well, doctor. It did start out good, and then it disintegrated into madness, complete madness. What does this word mean, Mulad? Why is his last name Mulad? Is he a Mulad? Don't know what that means. Evan is cursed to share his body. Evan is cursed to share his body with the night dog, a gruesome dream-eating beast. He wants to use its power to break its curse, but it's addicting him to its abilities like a drug. He loses more of himself with every use. That's poorly written there, Doctor. And soon there will be no more Evan left, only the night dog. Yes. Oh my God. I amazed myself. I got chills. Doctor. And silence. The doctor might be gone again.
No, I was reading it.
Oh, he was reading his own.
I must have changed it. I must have changed what I said to you because that's not what happened.
Well, I edited it slightly for you, Doctor, on the fly. And I'm just saying, that sounds damn good to me. I like it. Okay. Anything else you'd like to say on your books? Because this is good. This is going up there. This is going to be up there for prosperity, Doctor. This is both your books. This is your career on the line. I'm ready.
I think everything's been said. I mean, Night Dog is going to be a great book. It's going to be horror, urban, dark fantasy. If you like monsters, if you like horror, if you like curses and complexity and emotional characters, then you're going to love the book.
Well, that sounds good. I like that one. Okay. And the other one is Trans, but not Transylvania.
Yeah, and Trans is very much the same way. It's going to be a little bit of horror. It's a little bit more fantasy. It's got a little bit of, like a more whimsical touch to it, but it is still dark urban fantasy. And if you like, that kind of, those kind of books, then you'll like this. If you like magicians, it's very much in the vein of that.
Okay, I love it. Fedora in the chat says, kill that dead air like end of quarters SJW sales figures. Makes sense to me. So we'll be upping some artwork, right, Doctor? When I edit this, because you've been black screened this entire time.
Yes.
The doctor says yes. All right. Do we have a sign off yet? For God's sakes, do we have a sign off yet? We have to sign off because even though we would love to stream for a much longer period of time, these long streams don't go over very well, do they, Doctor?
Nah, the YouTube algorithm hates them.
No, well, it's not just that. I mean, people don't watch the longer streams. They watch 15, 10-minute, 12-minute streams. They don't watch like an hour and a half, 2-hour streams.
Nobody has the attention span for that anymore.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay. Papa says he's telling Fedora that he's cold-blooded. Well, that seemed like a nice thing what Fedorable said. I didn't think that was cold-blooded at all. It made total sense to me. All right, what's our sign-off, Doctor?
I have no... don't know. I usually just say
Really?
peace out.
We're going to say peace out. Vilnet said that she loves longer. Well, that's what she said. Let's see. We need some sort of sign off. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for coming to the stream today. I'm sorry if it went too long. I apologize for everything the doctor did and everything he didn't do. Of course, he will suffer for his mistakes. Terry says,
Ouch.
hail Jean-Luc and hail the doctor. Hail the doctor. Hail the doctor's comic books. Hail all of life and see my friends on the flip side.